Hello, I'm Stephanie, and welcome to Steph's Place. We've got a new background because I moved. This is my new studio, or whatever you want to consider it. And today we're gonna be talking about etiquette in the comments sections and of both videos and live streams. There are a few unwritten rules that everyone should know that most people who have been around a while would think would be considered common sense, but most people don't pay attention to them. Or there's a certain group of individuals that don't pay attention to how the rest of the chat is flowing. I say chat because I've begun streaming again. I'm not going to say where because this isn't about advertising myself. This is about getting the facts out to you about what is and isn't appropriate to say to each other, to the person making the video or streaming. You may think you're being helpful, but chances are you're not. Especially if it's just calling someone out for how they look. And something you just don't do. If it's not something you would say to a family member or friend in real life and get away with it, it's not something appropriate for comment sections or streamer chats. That's number one thing. And you'll see it in almost every chat rule list. If you go to a streamer that has a set of chat rules, number one thing is don't be a jerk or something along those lines. Don't be mean to people. Don't be bullying. Don't be a bully. I've dealt with some people recently who flood my chats and comment sections with nothing but negativity. I had to bring someone in to help me get rid of those people. Shout out to Misi. Because it was becoming a toxic environment for me, and it made me uncomfortable to continue doing something that I like doing. And, don't beg for contests or money or anything like that, or subscriptions if you're on a place like, say, Twitch or Mixer, where you have to pay to subscribe to somebody, or on YouTube, you have to pay to become a member. Don't beg others to pay for your membership or subscription. It's just wrong. If someone wants to gift you a subscription or a membership, that's one thing. But you shouldn't beg for it. If you don't want to shell out any money, then don't. You can still watch these people for free. It's all you're getting when you subscribe to these people or become members are special privileges like participating in follow and subscriber / member only mode, and a few stickers or emojis that they have set for that price range. And you can communicate well without those. Yeah, they're fun, but you don't need them. And Yeah, be observant of what's going on around you. Don't spam the chat so it looks like you're the only one talking. I'm guilty of this one myself. If it's only me and the streamer, I'll sit there and talk my head off. But the minute I realize there's more than 3 people in chat, I will pull myself back and give others time to speak. Because some of them are actually there to talk to the streamer or to view the game. And about that, no backseat gaming. Don't spoil the video game for the person who's playing. Or if someone's reading a book in a book vlog, like the ones I used to do way back when, don't spoil the ending, either for the person recording the video or the people in the chat and or comment section. It's just, like I said, it's common sense. If you wouldn't want someone to do it to you, don't do it to them. Follow the golden rule. And before asking a question in the comments section or chat, make sure it hasn't been asked and or answered already. And if your comment gets deleted, chances are you've done something wrong. Or you phrased it wrong, or you were just being outright rude. Which I don't put up with. I've deleted comments before because they were being unreasonable and just downright mean. My mod had to ban several people the other day because they were being so rude and bringing up things that you shouldn't bring up in a stream if it's not that kind of stream. And stay on topic. Make sure your topics are about what's going on in the game with the streamer, about the streamer. If it's an AMA, ask questions. And if someone's lurking and you notice them going into lurk mode, don't call them out for it. Just leave them alone. We know they're there and they're supporting us. Not everybody feels comfortable chatting, typing comments, or whatever. Some of you just like to watch, and that's okay. Just don't be a douchebag. Or outright rude. Let's see. Make sure you know what the channel you're watching is about. Like, you read my titles, you know what I'm going to be talking about before you ever click on the video. In streams, I do the same thing. I make sure the title has something to do with what I'm going to be doing. Whether it's singing, doing an Ask Me Anything, or which is Twitch's version of a Q&A on YouTube. And don't be discriminatory, saying that this minority or that minority doesn't exist. Because guess what? All minorities exist. They're real. They're not going away. And we've got to, as much as we'd like to think that we like to think that we've come in the past 100 years, there are still a bunch of people who want to set us backwards and go the wrong way. And want to make it so that we're back in those times that we thought we'd gotten past. So don't bring up politics. Don't bring up religion. Don't bring up guns or gun safety. Unless it's an actual political commentary channel that, or a gun, or where they're actively talking about those subjects. And even then, make sure you watch what you say and make sure it's not against the terms of service of the site that you're on. People complain about the cussing and trying to make sure that their stuff is both family friendly and also rated for adults. That goes for the comment sections too. You guys are just as much a part of the problem. The comments are just as much a part of the problem as the people recording the videos or live streaming. A person can get banned because of what the people in their chat and or comment section are doing. I don't agree with it, but unless there's someone who is actively cultivating that kind of culture, you need to realize when you're doing something right and when you're not. And as I said earlier, I have a mod. Someone who regulates my chat for me and makes sure no creeps come around. And they deserve to be respected. All mods on all platforms deserve to be respected for what they're doing, both for the community and the person driving the videos and streams. They're there to make sure that everyone gets along and follows the rules. Because if I'm busy seeing, I don't want to have to look over and see a bunch of words that are against terms of service in my chat. That's what the mod is there for. They're there to make sure the chat stays on topic, are consistently nice, and, they deserve the respect for the work they do. If I could pay my mod, I would. But she knows I'm down on my luck recently, and that as soon as I can figure out how to set things up, I will. It might take me a few years, but they're my friend. And that's true for most of the mods in most chats and comment sections. When a person is live streaming, whether it be on Twitch, Twitter, mobile, aka Periscope, Mixer, YouTube, wherever they're streaming that allows mods. I'm not saying Caffeine because Caffeine currently doesn't have mods. You can have someone represent you, but they're not considered a mod yet on Caffeine. Because Caffeine doesn't have quite as bad as a problem yet. And I hope they don't need mods anytime soon. But for those sites that do have mods, respect those mods. They put in a heck of a lot of work to make everybody's time enjoyable. If you wouldn't say, and I say it again, if you wouldn't say it to their face, don't say it behind their back. And don't say it online. And don't make fun of the people in videos and streams just because you don't like them. If you don't like them, leave the channel, the video, the stream, and go somewhere else. You shouldn't be going onto these sites in order to break people down. that makes you the worst kind of coward there is. You're not just doing damage to their reputation, you're doing damage to your own as a bad community member. If you wouldn't want someone making fun of you for anything, don't make fun of other people. It's that simple. Yes, I am a woman who has very masculine features. I'm bisexual. I'm this, I'm that. I know what my labels are and how people perceive me. You don't have to poke at me and make fun of me. Again, the mods will step in. We are there to entertain, not to be your punching bag. Don't do things to get an emotional reaction from people. Yeah, or let's just cut to the chase and remember what Disney had Thumper say. If you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all. If all you're going to do is be mean, leave. Don't give unnecessary information. Don't tell us what your age is, your gender, your sexuality, unless we ask for it, and only if it's appropriate. Don't give spoilers. Yeah. And don't use big letters. Using all caps, this should be known from way back in the day, and is still concurrent today, that caps locking your comments in the comment section or in a stream is relevant to yelling or shouting at someone. It's very rude. You say you do it because you want to get attention. Well, it gets attention, very negative attention. So just stop. Type, if you want to use correct punctuation and pronunciation, fine. But all caps is not correct pronunciation. And do not go into a chat in order to self-moderate the chat when there are already moderators in there. Do not sit there and say, oh, you spelled this wrong. That's not the way that sentence should be structured. You're not an English teacher. You're a viewer. Enjoy what you're viewing and chat. Don't get on to how others chat. And do not advertise other streamers or YouTube channels in someone's comment section or chat, especially if they're not a shout out channel like I used to be. I used to ask for people to link me stuff in the comment section. I don't do that anymore. I don't like it anymore. I've gotten scammed one too many times, and you know what? One of those times it turned out to be a Trojan virus that got my computer shut down. Yeah, don't send links. Links are spoopy. Have a little common courtesy for those you watch. Because if you don't, you're just going to drive them away. When in reality, what you really want is to take yourself away before it gets that frustrating. I've got plenty of issues. I know some of you think you can't help it, but you can. And, yeah. So, to recap, don't act like streamers, commenters, chat, and moderators owe you anything. They don't. They're doing their job just by showing up and doing what they do. Read and observe the chat, comments, and what's going on in general before you asking what's going on. If it's obvious, then don't ask, hey, what are you doing? If I'm sitting there answering questions, it's pretty obvious, and the chat says, and it has AMA in the title, up here or down here, then it's pretty clear I'm doing an Ask Me Anything or a Q&A. Don't tell someone how to do their job. It won't get you anywhere. We know what we're doing. We're the ones doing it. Don't do things that you know are going to hurt other people's feelings. Don't tell someone how to play a game if they say it's their first playthrough. The whole point of doing a first playthrough is to figure it out yourself. If they ask for help or tips because they know you helped with this or that, that's one thing. It's something completely different when you go out on your own to mess with people. And I know this sounds repetitive. The article I'm reading it off of sounds repetitive, but it's to drive the point home that you should not be rude to people you barely know, if you know them at all. Because more often than not, the people you're commenting towards, you don't know in real life. So remember that. If you wouldn't say it to a relative or a friend, just don't say it. I know there's a certain amount of anonymity to being online, but that doesn't mean you have to use it to do the wrong thing. If anything, you should be doing it for the opposite, making sure you do the right thing. And don't give out your address, phone numbers, ages in chat or in comment sections. It's bad all around. If a streamer is giving something away, they will tell you to DM them with the necessary information. Do not put it in the main chat. You will get flagged and or banned. And don't, I repeat this again, do not advertise your wares or somebody else's or anything like that in people's chats and comment sections. It's just not what you do. I hate to seem like a busybody, but I'm doing this so that those of you who do watch my streams know what to do and what not to do. I follow a lot of streamers, and I know there are several streamers who follow me, not just on the platforms I stream on, but on various social medias where they know that my name is the same. And I've told several of them my information is the same on most platforms except for 2 or 3. And I'm working on remedying that. Because I like being able to find people, and I know they like being able to find others too. So, And those of you who are going to ask for my social media information, most of you already know it. And it's linked on my page somewhere, if you still follow me and are still finding these videos. So please don't be disrespectful. Use common courtesy and etiquette to get your point across. And another thing, don't try to chat in a foreign language or a language that's different than the chat that you're in. If you're in a German-only chat and you don't know German, leave. They won't understand you. Or if they do, they'll ask you if you understand them. And it's hard to learn a new language. And the best way to learn a new language is to practice it in the chats you go to. I'm an English-only streamer. I know a little bit of German, but not enough to have a full conversation. And my mods don't know German. I don't expect them to. Like, I had my mod asked me the other day what something was, and I told her it was a highway. It's like, it doesn't look like the word highway. No, it doesn't, because it's in a foreign language. And so, be courteous to the streamer, be courteous to the mods, be courteous to the followers that you've never met before. Especially if you're new and you're coming into a place that they come to often. First thing the chat is going to do, if they've been there a while and they know the person who's streaming is a nice person, they're going to stand up for those people. I stand up for the streamers I watch, and I know at least my mod will stand up for me. I don't have very many viewers, but the ones I have that come back time and time again are nice to me. And I appreciate them for that. I don't have a name for you guys yet, because I don't know how many of you left there are that would even consider a comment name. I think last time I tried to call you guys butterflies, and on Twitch I say dinos because of the group of people that I support all wear dinosaur costumes in Minecraft. It's not, I personally am not the dinosaur of the group. I simply support those who are. And butterflies sounds like it would be something Gabby Hanna would say, now that I think about it. I haven't come up with an inappropriate name for anyone who follows me. I'm not going to call you placeholders because that makes you sound like a doorstop or something. Who are you holding place for? You're not holding a place. You're coming to my place. You're a visitor. Who gets a view into what I think about things every now and then. Because I don't upload regularly. I don't plan to upload regularly. I do have a schedule that I sometimes keep, and I'm trying to learn to use that to get me doing better on streaming sites. But whether or not I actually ever apply that to YouTube or not, I haven't figured out yet. That's far into the future. But anyway, I hope this video helps everyone out. I don't know what else to say. Well, good night, everyone. And thank you for stopping by.